Hi, everyone. I'm Kayla, and my business is Cake Lani. So I make custom cakes, all types of cakes, cupcakes, sweets, things like that.
Nice. And the gentleman in the iPhone?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, you just unmuted. Go ahead.
yo,
Yep. Yeah, what's
Hola.
your name, sir? And your business?
ok, so tengo un negocio actualmente, se llama Flower and Sugar Factory. Hago bizcochos personalizados para todas las actividades, hago postres y orientándome para poder pues, abrirlo al público y con sus debidas
Aquí me lo pone aquí nomás.
con sus debidos procesos.
Ok. Bueno, en conocerte, lo siento, no sabía que hablaba español.
Sí.
So, a
Thank you.
bakery. Nice.
Nice.
María Cartagena.
Hi, my name is Maria Cartagena. My business idea is a custom gift shop, and I'm here to keep learning and working on it.
Nice. Welcome. Fred Ferrer.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Fred Ferrer y el negocio que estamos tratando de abrir de comida, un restaurante, de pizzería.
A restaurant and a pizzeria. Got it. Thank you.
Nice.
Xiomara.
Hi, my name is Xiomara, and I'm trying to start an insulation company that's not started yet, but hopefully will be soon.
Nice. Welcome. Jacoby.
Hi, my name is Jacoby, and I plan to start a nonprofit farm that'll help to feed people with food that is healthy rather than what they typically get from a food bank, which is boxed food, canned food. It's not the healthiest stuff, and we'll be primarily supporting various minority groups.
Nice, nice. Welcome.
Nice.
Sherelle.
Jacoby. Take your time.
Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Sherelle, and my business is a event space, a venue where I'll be hosting parties, baby showers, repasts, small weddings. So, yep,
Nice.
that's it. Thank you.
Emmanuel.
Oh, buenas. Saludos. Mi nombre es Manuel. Por el momento no tengo negocio, pero estoy interesado pues, en el área de landscaping. Eso es lo que tengo en mente hacer.
Okay. Nice. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Matt, and not Matt the speaker, but Matt our student.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt, and I'm trying to start a coffee shop that could double as a takeover bar.
Okay. I think I heard a coffee shop is your idea, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. Next, I have Jess from Foodlink. Oh, Jess, you're one of our partners here.
Yeah.
For everyone to know, Jess is along with Barb. They're one of our partners here who are observing the cohorts. And we hope to be partnering very soon, later in the fall, in person.
Thank you for being here, Jess and Barb. Thank you.
Yari.
Hi, my name is Yarisa. Actually, I don't have a business, but I'm looking forward to ponerlo uno.
To put one together. Thank you. Gracias, Yarisa. Next is Jaylene Abrahams.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jalen, and I'm partnering with my mom to start a Simple Pleasures business called Simple Pleasures, and we're just trying to offer specialty treats, gift boxes, charcuterie boards, and everything personalized.
Nice. Welcome
nice.
aboard.
Thank you.
Next, I have I think Kimberly's driving, so I'm not going to ask her to unmute, but hello, Kimberly, if you can hear us. Next is Brenda Rivera. Hey, Brenda.
Hola, buenas tardes. Actualmente, pues yo tengo mi negocio que ayuda a las personas en el área de crédito personal y crédito de negocio, entre otras áreas. Me dedico a marketing digital y cuando empecé a tener la experiencia de trabajar con otras personas, me motivé a tener entonces un negocio ya más formal. Quiero emprender en el área de housekeeping a nivel de residencial y comercial, y con la idea también de incorporar unos programas para ayudar a las personas que sean pacientes de cáncer o personas envejecientes, brindarles algún tipo de servicio dentro de lo que queremos incorporar en la compañía.
So it sounds
Gracias.
like several businesses going on there.
Yes.
Housekeeping, digital marketing. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank
Grace, I see that you're next.
Yes, hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm starting a nonprofit organization for young girls and women serving ages 8 to 35. And it will be a curriculum based on the 8 dimensions of wellness and faith, and that will be incorporated in life skills, academics, and focusing on young girls' strengths and talents and their purpose, and with parenting, healing dysfunctional families and those women who have faced domestic violence.
Thank you, Grace. It's good to see you again, too.
Thank you, Grace.
I think I have some boxes that have moved around, but I think Karina Chamorro.
Hi, my name is Karina Chamorro. I'm here for, we'll say, graphic design. It's me and my husband. He does logos. I help him with decals, stickers, and business cards. So we currently have our small business, but we're starting. But yeah, we do the logos for businesses. They're all hand drawn, so it's nothing like Photoshop, so they're all custom, and business cards, stickers for them, or decals for cars and windows and stuff like that.
Nice. That's really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, I think I have Daniela Silva.
That would be our interpreter.
Oh. Well, you're still welcome. Edna.
Hi, I'm partnering with my daughter, Jalen, who just mentioned our small business startup called Simple Pleasures, where we are offering a variety of pleasurables for people to purchase a variety of different gift boxes, personalized gift boxes, and specialty treats, offering pop-up picnics as well as high tea events.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Edna.
Now I see another Kimberly. This Kimberly is not driving. I don't know if you are in earshot to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your business.
Okay. I am opening up a youth gymnastics facility in Newark. So it's for training for lake cheerleading mostly.
Nice. I love hearing the different regions that we're from. We've gone as far as Buffalo all the way to Newark. Desde Buffalo hasta Newark hemos visto gente. Thank you, Kimberly. Next, we have Anita. Anita, if you can hear us, if you don't mind introducing yourself. Oh, she's chatting. Hello, my name is Anita, and I'm planning stages for a non-for-profit community farm. Okay. To eventually manage community farm markets. My apologies, my mic's not working. Oh, no worries. Thank you so much for participating with us.
Thanks, Anita.
Next is Jocelyn Cruz.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Jesselyn Cruz. Actualmente no tengo ningún tipo de negocio, pero tengo una idea y creo que es lo más importante para poder empezar a emprender un negocio. Y me gustaría, mi idea es en el área de sweet and treats.
Okay. And lastly, I have Lauren Borsall.
Hi there. I'm Lauren. My business partner is Amy, and we are opening Charlie's Canine Camp. It is a dog daycare, boarding, grooming, and training facility in the Geneva, New York.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren.
Okay. So now, lo que voy a introducir, I'm going to just tell my Spanish speakers to start moving to the Spanish room, okay? Los que hablan español o prefieren español, por favor, miren hacia abajo de su pantalla. Al ladito donde dice Share Screen, vas a ver que dice un lenguaje, dice English o Spanish. Por favor, elijan Spanish para poder entonces escuchar a Daniela introducir, interpretar todo lo que se va a decir aquí adelante, ¿ok? Déjame saber si hay problemas. Le daremos un minuto en transición.
Austin, can you repeat that again? Because I'm going to the shared screen and I don't see, oh, the interpretation, there's a logo there.
Yep. Your English sounds beautiful, so you can stay right where you're at. Okay, so, and go right ahead, and I'll be jumping into the Spanish room as well.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So thank you for the introductions. Thank you for taking the time. I'd like to introduce Matt Swistek. Matt is a full-time marketing professional. He's been very helpful to this program for a number of years now, and we're grateful for his time and his experience. His information is on the website. I want to remind you that a schedule is on the website. The link where you get your Zoom link, you can go under schedule and you can find all this information that you're going to see tonight. You can revisit this information. But I will, in case you have not had a chance to read about Matt, I'll just tell you a little bit about him. He's a full-time marketing professional. He has a degree in business from the University at Buffalo. He has an MBA from Medaille University. He has a digital marketing certificate from Cornell University. And we're just very grateful to have him. So I can turn it over to Matt, and you'll be able to see his presentation in both English and in Spanish on the screen. Matt, I'd like to just turn it over to you, and if there's anything you want to share about yourself, feel free to do that. I think right now we're trying to get the information up there. There we
Great.
go. Thank you. Got it, Augustine.
Yeah, I'm just noticing that. So this is going to be controlled then on your end, correct?
Yes, just let me know which slide you want me to go to.
All right. Nope, that's perfect. Thank you. Yeah, no, Ann, thank you for the introduction. As Ann said, I've been a marketing professional for about 10 years now. My current role is brand manager for a marketing agency in Buffalo, New York called Renown Creative. And in my role, I manage day-to-day marketing activities for different businesses in the area. And I work with all kinds of different businesses. I work with a heating company, a company that specializes in solar panel installation. I also work with a company that sells equipment for sausage making. So I work with all kinds of different companies, like I said, with their day-to-day marketing activities. And one of those things that we also focus on is social media marketing. And social media marketing is what I'm going to be talking about today.
Perfect pace. Thank you.
All right. And yes, so we are ready to begin the presentation. Were we going to just leave it the way it is on the screen or go individual slides or?
Yes, you just let me know when to move because I need to have them both up.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
You'll notice that one's in Spanish, one's in English. So
Yep,
this is
okay.
the best way to do our best with it.
All right. Nope, that is perfect.
Thanks, Matt.
Yes. So for the first slide, what is social media marketing? And this is kind of just a general definition here of social media, which is the use of social media platforms to connect your audience, to build your brand, increase sales, and drive traffic to your website. So there are really multiple uses of social media that we're going to be talking about during this presentation. You can slide down a little bit. Perfect. And for this next slide, I like to include this quote from someone who's also a social media professional. He's written a few books, he has a few podcasts, and his quote is, "The goal is not to be good at social media. The goal is to be good at business because of social media." So really, you want to let people know who your business is through social media. You want to let them know why they should be coming to your business and what you can offer them. So that really is the goal of social media, to use that platform to inform your audience and also to help build that community. Okay, so one thing that I always like to point out at the beginning of this presentation is that social media drives traffic. There's sometimes the misconception that your social media pages, if you have a social media page, you don't need a website. That's often a misconception. That, however, is not true. You always want to have a website that talks about your products and services and how people can reach you. And the goal of your social media is to drive traffic to that website. So whether you have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any of those pages, you really want to use that as your tool to drive people back to your website so they know how to contact you and so that they can get more information about what you do. All right, we can scroll down a little. All right, so when you first get started with social media, you kind of want to think to yourself, why am I using social media? It's important to have a purpose. You want to know why exactly you're using it. And there are a few different options for using social media. Social media is used to build your brand. It's to let people know who you are, what you can do for them, what you offer them, how you can, make their lives better, how you can solve problems that they're having. You can use this to really establish your brand. Along those same lines, you can establish your expertise. You can show people, what you do, why you're the expert in what you do, and why they should come to you. Build brand loyalty. So this kind of almost goes with the last point that I have here of building a community. So you want to build that brand loyalty. This is where your customers are going to come to ask you questions, to learn about your products. They're going to leave you comments. You want to really build that community of followers, and let people know that your social media and your business is the place to come to. You want to stay top of mind and relevant. So posting on social media, when people are scrolling through their phones in the morning or at lunch or at night before they go to bed and they see your posts, that helps keep your business top of mind. They're always going to remember you. They're always going to be thinking about you when they see your posts. And also, like I said, just really building a community. People are going to come to your pages. They're going to leave comments. Hopefully people are going to interact with one another. And hopefully they're also going to leave reviews and testimonials. So you're going to build that community. You really want to build that brand loyalty. So these are just some of the reasons you want to think through in terms of, why exactly you're using social media and what you would like to accomplish. Another thing you want to think of that's similar to the last slide is, what exactly is your mission? Why are you using social media? Is it just to drive traffic to your website? Is it to specifically sell products? Is it to establish yourself as a thought leader in your industry? You really want to figure out what you want to accomplish through that. Another thing you want to think about is what specific results do you expect? Do you want to, when you post on social media, are you expecting to get a lot of likes, shares, and comments? As I said before, are you mainly looking to drive people back to your website? Are you looking to start a conversation through your social media pages? These are kind of things that you're going to want to think about that will help you develop content in the future and also help you measure the success of your social media pages. You also want to look at where you're going to focus your efforts. And what I mean by that is when you first start on social media for your business, you don't have to be on every single social media platform. You really want to figure out what works best for you and where your audience is. For your particular product or service, maybe people are mainly on Facebook. Maybe they're mainly on Instagram or Twitter. You want to determine, when you start out, maybe you just want to start out with a Facebook page and really grow that audience. And then from there, Instagram and Twitter. But don't feel like you have to do everything to start, because if you do everything, then some pages will get neglected and you won't be putting your full focus where you want to. And lastly, you want to determine who will evaluate your social media campaigns. Who's going to look at the results and say, yes, this is working, or no, this isn't. Is that going to be you? Is that going to be somebody else at your business that handles social media? So you want to look at that and know who's going to be watching your pages and who's going to be evaluating whether or not what you are doing is working. Okay, we can go down a little bit. All right, so the next part of social media is coming up with a content strategy. Now, the first part of determining a content strategy is figuring out, do your goals align? And what I mean by that is, do your goals on social media align with the goals of your business? Is the content that you're posting relevant to your business? Does it let people know who you are? Does it let people know what you do? And does it help you achieve your goals? As I mentioned before, what networks will you choose? When starting out, like I said, if you kind of have a good idea of where your audience is, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, kind of determine what platforms you are going to start out focusing on. And then once you start to see results there, then you can start to branch out on other platforms. You also want to figure out what type of content you're going to create. And what I mean by that is, are you going to create more video type content? Are you going to be sharing more pictures? Is it going to be more personalized content, meaning giving people a behind the scenes look at your business? And like I said, that can be done through pictures, through videos. So you want to determine what kind of content you'll create. Or, if you have a blog page on your website where you write about your products or services, are you going to put that type of content on there? So it's really important to determine, what you're going to put out to your audience. What do you want your audience to see? What do you think they will resonate with the most? Will you post consistently? And that's also an important thing. You know, you want to make sure you're posting enough that people won't forget about you. And there are some businesses out there that if you go to their page, maybe you're going there for the first time and maybe you see that they haven't posted for a few weeks. And, you know, people like to see that you're posting consistently, that you're active, that you're always giving them updates. These are things that are going to keep people coming back to your page. Like I said, if they see you posted 2 months ago and then maybe a month after that, you know, maybe they won't come back as often because they see that you're not posting as often. So you want to determine what the best posting consistency is for you. You don't necessarily have to do every day, but are you going to do 2 times a week, 3 times a week? It's important to come up with a schedule and try to stick to that. Is your content engaging? And this goes back to what I said before, is the content you're posting relevant to your audience? You know, are they looking at it, and is it something that they want to click the share button and share with their friends? Is it something they want to comment on? And this sometimes takes a little bit of time to figure out. It may take you a few months of posting to see exactly what fits and what people comment on and share. Will you track your performance and make adjustments? And this goes back to who will look at your campaign. So after the first month of posting, you know, is what you're posting, like I said, is it getting those results that you're looking for? Is it getting those shares, those likes, those comments? And if not, are you prepared to make adjustments so that you will get the results that you're looking for? So those are just a couple of the things to look at when you're starting to develop your content strategy. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was creating that engaging content. So again, you want to post unique content and original content that is specific to you. Content that when people come to your page, like I said, they understand it, it relates to your business, and it's something that they're interested in reading and interested in commenting on. You also want to share reviews and testimonials, and that is a big thing, especially right now. People are always going on social media. They're always leaving reviews, you know, testimonials. Whenever you get something like that from a customer, it's good to share that. That helps, you know, show other people that what you're doing is useful. It's helping them out, and that will hopefully bring new customers then to your page and then to your website, and hopefully lead to that sale or them reaching out to you. You also want to post branded images. And what I mean by a branded image is if you put something out there, you know, make sure that your logo is on it so people recognize it and they can relate it back to your brand. And if you know, there's a lot of free websites out there that will help you, you know, upload an image and then drop in your logo. I know Canva is one of them that a lot of people use. So anytime you can post a picture and you have an opportunity to brand that image and put your logo on it, that's something you're going to want to do just to make that content unique to your brand. All right. So now I want to talk about different types of engaging Facebook posts. So one of the most popular and most engaging types of posts on Facebook specifically, and on all social media platforms, really, I mentioned Facebook, but like I said, Facebook is a good place to get started, but videos are a very popular content right now. When you post a video directly to Facebook, and I have listed on here, Facebook native videos have 186% higher engagement rate. And what I mean by a native video is you upload that video directly to Facebook. You don't post a link to a YouTube page. It is right there so people can view the video right on Facebook. Facebook has a tendency to show those videos more because it's keeping you on Facebook. And those videos have a much higher engagement rate than if you were to post a link to a YouTube page. These types of videos are shared 1,000% more than videos linked from another hosting site, such as YouTube. So you're going to get more shares from that video. If you have the opportunity to, you can share videos with captions. You can also do ones with animations and engaging visuals. And again, to get those captions on a video, there's many sites out there. As I mentioned before, Canva is another one that will help you upload a video and add captions to it. There are also other sites out there that will help you make fun little animations and help you create engaging visuals. So that really, from my experience, those are some of the highest, the content that receives the highest amount of engagement is any type of video or animation. Okay. Facebook Live is another great type of engagement tool. It's a very cost-effective marketing tool. All you really need is a smartphone for Facebook Live. This is really a great opportunity to give people that behind-the-scenes look of your business. You know, at any point, you can go to your Facebook page, click the Go Live button, and you're live broadcasting right there. And anyone that follows your page will get a notification letting them know that you are going live. And very similar with Instagram too. You know, people can leave comments in the comment section. You can answer those comments. You can do a Q&A session with your followers and customers. And like I said, this just gives them a unique behind the scenes view of what you do. You can also, when you're on that video, you know, offer something special to consumers. Hey, thanks for checking out this video, and then offer them something special just for checking them out, letting them know that, you know, you care, you appreciate them watching your video, and here's a little something that you're going to offer them. Okay. As I mentioned before, testimonials are another very popular type of post on social media. Really, with testimonials, you're supporting the claims that you've made through your marketing already. These are other people that have engaged with your product or service, and they're saying, yes, this is great, this is something I enjoy, and this is something that you should try too. These testimonials also come directly from your customer and the target market that you identify with. So like I said, these are people that are looking for your product and service, have used it, and are letting other people know, you know, I had a great experience. This product helped me. I highly recommend that you try it too. And it acknowledges that your product or service beats the competition. Again, it's just another way to advertise who you are and let people know that they should come to you. So anytime you receive a testimonial, or if you receive a review on Google, I definitely recommend posting that on your social media pages. And no matter what social media platform you use, you know, you can post that testimonial right on there. So that is something I highly recommend doing.
Matt, could I just ask, when you're talking about a testimonial, so that people realize it's just a quote from someone, right? It's
correct. Yep. It's just somebody. It's somebody.
I really loved this business, and
that's
you
right.
will too. It's just a
Yep.
quote.
It's just a quote. Yep. And I've seen examples with businesses that I work with. I'll post to their page, and somebody will just leave a comment saying, yes, you know, the heating company, for instance, that I work with, the heating and cooling company, I'll just put out a, you know, a random post on there, driving people back to their website, something along those lines, and somebody will leave a comment and say, hey, I use this company, you know, I used them for, you know, X, Y, and Z, and it worked out great, and I highly recommend them. So that's just somebody leaving a comment on just a regular post that I made. So you can then take that comment and repost it and say, hey, look what someone had to say about my business. So this is really a great way to promote and get the word out about what you do.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so the next type of engaging post that I want to talk about is inspirational content. So a lot of people every now and then like to put out inspirational quotes. For example, on Monday, you can find a quote and it could be inspirational, you know, inspirational Monday, a Monday morning inspirational quote, you know, something like that, something that people can read and it makes them feel good. And when they see that and read something like that and see that you posted it, that kind of helps you stick out in their brain. You can also use a quote that supports your brand mission. So if you have a quote that specifically relates to your business, feel free to use that. You can also use your own images when possible. So if you have an image relating to your business and you want to put an inspirational quote to that, feel free to do so. And this is, like I said, inspirational content is also very valuable for posting on social media. Okay, now I want to talk about organic versus paid social media. So a quote that I found that I like to use is Facebook and every other social media platform wants to show users only the content that is most engaging and drop everything else. So the content that gets the most engagement will be seen by a larger audience. So to kind of talk about this a little more, if you have posts on social media that aren't getting any likes or shares or comments, that's not going to be shown as much on Facebook. They want to concentrate showing content that is getting that engagement. So if you have content that isn't, it is not going to be seen as much. We can scroll down a little bit. Now I'm going to talk about the difference between organic social content and paid social content. So one quote that I have on the slide here is 80% of marketers identify engagement as one of the top 3 metrics for evaluating social media marketing success. So as I mentioned before, if one of your goals is engagement, you know, that's also a lot of other people's goals and one of their metrics as well. They want to see that people are engaging and sharing their content. And what I mean by organic content is that you just go to your Facebook or any other social media page and post something, and that's it. You don't put any money behind it to boost it or anything like that. It's just, you just write something and then post it. So to help get engagement, organic content should be informative, helpful, funny, and inspirational, like I had mentioned in the previous slides. Examples of engaging content include videos, infographics, blogs, and testimonials. And by engaging with your audience, that is helping to build credibility. And what I mean by that is, if somebody comes to one of your pages, Facebook, for instance, and leaves a comment under one of your posts asking a question, you're going to want to answer that question and answer it as soon as you can. I don't know if anyone here has been to a page where somebody has asked a question and that question has been left unanswered. You know, that doesn't make you feel too good about that company. They're not responding to their customers. You want to see people that are responsive and are listening to what their customers have to say. So make sure that whenever the opportunity is there, you are engaging with your audience. All right, now I'm going to talk a little bit about paid social content. So another quote that I have here is, in today's social media advertising world, you have to pay to play. So unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to just do an organic Facebook post. Every now and then, you are going to have to put a little bit of money into promoting, into boosting that post, or creating a Facebook ad. When you put some money behind promoting a Facebook post and boosting it, as it's called, that post is going to be seen instantly by everybody who follows your page. As I mentioned before with organic content, when you make a post and don't boost it or put any money behind it, there are some people on your page that are going to see it, but not everyone is going to see it. So by boosting it, it's going to be seen instantly. There are also options to target certain people with a boosted post. So you can choose to target male, female, a certain age group. And there are also demographics that you can choose from. So you can really narrow down that audience as to who you want to see that post. It's also cost effective. And what I mean by that is, you can put any amount of money that you want to into boosting a post. You could first start out by just putting $5 behind it. And if you see that that is effective, you can start raising the amount of money from there that you put into it. But really, it all depends how much money you want to put into it. I would recommend to start just putting a small amount of money behind one, maybe $5 or $10, and see how that does, and then evaluate where you would like to go from there. And lastly, you have a broader reach. It's going to be seen by everybody who likes your page. So if you have a certain post that you made that you want to make sure is seen, you can try putting a little bit of money behind it to boost it and see what the results are. And boosting posts typically helps with engagement, because as the more people see it, the more they're going to want to engage with it. Okay, now I want to talk about Facebook ads versus boosted posts. So with a Facebook ad, this is really creating an ad to advertise your Facebook page or even your website. You actually have different options when you're creating a Facebook ad. You can create an option to increase the amount of likes on your page. And what I mean by that is, when somebody is scrolling through their Facebook page, your ad can pop up in their newsfeed. and you can click on the like button and start following their page without even going to it. You can just see the ad and click that like button. You can also create an ad to drive website clicks. So you can create a Facebook ad that will take people directly to your website. If you have some sort of event coming up, you can also create an ad to advertise your event, and people can visit the event page and RSVP to it and get all the information that they would need for that event. On these Facebook ads, you can also have a call to action button on there. If you're driving somebody back to your website to advertise your products, you can have a shop now button on there, for example. Maybe you're creating an ad to get email addresses for people to sign up for your newsletter. You can have a button that says sign up. And there are many other options when you're exploring the ad that you can choose. You also have advanced targeting options for this that we'll talk about in the next slide. As I mentioned before, there are boosted posts. So boosted post is when you make a post on your page and you want to make sure it's seen by everybody on that page. So it's seen by a larger audience. As I also mentioned, boosted posts help increase the amount of likes, comments, and shares on a post because more people are seeing it. Everyone on that follows your page is going to see it. There's a little less targeting options because this is just going out to people that like your page. But again, that's still a huge advantage because like I said, you're going to make sure that everyone on your page sees that post. Okay. So for Facebook ads, there are different targeting options, as I mentioned. You can target people by age, location, demographics, languages, interests, and or behaviors. And what I mean by that is, people that have certain interests, certain hobbies. There will be a large list that you can choose from. Connections. And what I mean by this is you can target people that already follow your page and people that they're friends with. So you can target your connections on your personal page and all of their friends. You can also create a custom audience. And what a custom audience is, say you already have an existing list of email addresses for your customers. You can upload that list into Facebook, and Facebook will then send an ad to anyone that has a Facebook page that is associated with that email address. So if somebody has the email address that person uses to sign into Facebook, like I said, if they have a Facebook page, that ad will go out to them. So there are many different targeting options that you can use when creating an ad. So to help increase engagement on your page, you're going to want to use a mix of paid social media and organic social media. This will help drive the best results for your page when you use both strategically. Organic posts will help users stay engaged and help you stay top of mind. It will help users remember you. As I said, when they're scrolling through their feed and they see a post from you and they consistently see those posts, that will help them remember you. Paid advertising also helps produce faster results. It helps increase your followers. It helps drive repeat business, and it's cost effective. You can use as much or as little money as you want when creating a boosted post or creating a Facebook ad.
Just to interrupt you there for a moment. Juan, I saw that you raised your hand. Do you have a question?
Yes, yes, I do. Real quick. I just had a quick question about specifically the targeting through email, and how everyone associated with that email can potentially have the ad. So what if you have, like, say, a company email associated, like say there's a local business, or even let's say even big enough as a franchise. On the website, there's searching for emails, there's like info@domainnamehere.com. If you talk, for whatever reason, they have an Instagram account associated with a similar email, would everyone associated with that account, like employees, CEO, just to go to the extreme, CEOs and stuff, would they all receive that ad if they have a social media website?
That's a great question. Great question. So it would have to be their personal email address that they use to sign in to Facebook. So that's how they are targeted. So if you use your personal, you have an email address and you use that email address to sign into Facebook, if they use your email address for targeting, then you'll see that ad, but it has to be associated. You have to use that email address to sign into Facebook. So a more general email address like that, like you said, info@thebusinessname.com, unless somebody uses that specifically to sign into Facebook, they won't see that. So that's I would say that's more for personal type email addresses.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Matt, since took a quick pause, is it okay if people have questions as we go along?
Yes,
that they just...
absolutely. Yeah, I didn't see that hand raised. So thank you for pointing that out.
Thanks.
Okay, so the next topic we're going to talk about is why measure social media. Well, first off, you want to track the progress your business has made. You want to see if the goals you had set were accomplished or not. It's also a great indicator of whether you are using the right platforms to reach your audience. So as I said, maybe you're using Instagram, but not a lot of your users are on there. You don't see a lot of results. That's okay. This is a great way to figure out where your audience is. And with that, as I just said, it also indicates whether you are spending too little or too much time on a certain platform. So really, after a few weeks or a month, it's always good to look at the results and look at your posts and see if what you're doing aligns with your goals and is helping you achieve what you want to. And if not, it's totally okay to come up with a new strategy and try something new. Sometimes with social media, it's more of a marathon than a sprint. And sometimes it can take a little bit to get into the groove and figure out what works best and even what resonates best with your audience. So if you don't see those instant results, that is perfectly okay. And you want to keep trying and seeing what works best for you and for your audience. There are a few different ways to measure social media success. The first one is follower growth. Are you seeing more followers on your social media pages? Is your audience and your community growing? Likes, comments, and shares on posts. Are your posts getting that engagement that we talked about? Is it content that people want to share and engage with? If you have a certain type of content that is being shared, really focus on that. If you notice that blog posts that drive traffic back to your website are seeing the highest type of engagement, focus on that. Are videos receiving more engagement? Maybe you want to focus on those. So try a mix of different things, photos, videos, blog posts, and see what your audience likes best and stick with that. You can also look at the number of clicks. And if there is anyone here that has a website for their business, you're definitely going to want to look at putting Google Analytics on there, which is a great free program where you can track the traffic back to your website. And you can also track the number of clicks from social media back to your website. So clicks and website traffic are another way that people measure social media success. With Facebook and other platforms, they offer their own analytics that you can look into. Facebook Insights will show you how many new followers you have gained over a certain amount of time. It will also show you all of your posts and the amount of interaction they gained. So this is something you'll really want to use when first evaluating your pages. Like I said, there are Facebook Insights, LinkedIn offers an analytics tool. So does Instagram. So you're going to want to look into these different tools that the platforms offer to see how your page has grown, how many people have been coming to your page, what content is receiving the most engagement, and then kind of focus on that when going forward. And lastly, to close everything out, I just want to kind of wrap up on everything that we talked about in this presentation. So to begin with, you're going to want to create a plan when you're first starting. You're going to want to determine what your goals are on social media and what you're looking to accomplish. You're going to want to also increase your website traffic using social media. Use social media to let people know about your website and send them there to get more information about what you do and to reach out to you. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be on every single platform. And actually, I'm going to pause here. I think I saw somebody had their hand up.
I think Juan. Juan, do you have a question?
Yes, it's more of a technical question. I don't want to interrupt if you're finishing thoughts.
Oh, it's okay. You can ask real quick.
Sure. So this kind of information does matter to me because it's the kind of it can tell me how I want to build my business up in the future. Do you see, especially as you in your profession, I understand that videography is getting more popular, but in essence, I'm seeing a lot of growth in user-generated content. What I mean by that is people using their own phones, their own subjects. So does that new platform, is that creating almost like a decrease in value for high production video? Like I have a camera, I can always take a really nice video. Do you think that'll still get more of a value, more engagement than it would like someone taking a phone and doing like influencer content or stuff like that?
I think it's great to have a combination of both. And I think that's an excellent question, because especially in my job right now, I work with a videographer, and that videographer will come out to the businesses that I work with and create professional videos, professional how-to videos, videos about the company. So while user-generated content, that's great. As you said, that's great to flip on your phone, take a quick video, take some quick pictures, show behind the scenes. But I think videographers, professional photographers, that's also important to have too. You know, it's great to have professional pictures of your products. It's great to have a videographer come out and shoot that nice professional video. So I don't think that the user-generated content, I think you want to use a combination of both. I think that that'll really resonate with people. Like I said, you want to have those professional photos and videos, but then at the same time, it's also good to take out your phone and take a quick picture and video when you can.
Thank you again.
Absolutely. So another important social media tip that I mentioned during the presentation was your strategy must include engagement. You want to get people talking. You want to get people leaving reviews, and you want to have people asking you questions, and you want to make sure that you respond to those questions. So engagement is very big. You want to analyze the success of your content. Is what you're doing working? This is very important. You want to make sure that what you are doing is connecting with your audience and it aligns with your business and goals. To help plan out your social media, you can use a content calendar. And what I mean by that is you can plan out your posts for the next week, 2 weeks, even a month out. And this can help save you time in the long run. You can create your own calendar. You can go searching for free social media calendars, and there's a lot of great ones out there. But really, you want to utilize that calendar and try to plan in advance when you can. This will help save you time, and this will help keep you organized. You can even go back and say, hey, what did I post a few months ago? And that'll kind of help you stay on track with what you do. You want to make sure that you are advertising on Facebook. If you're just starting a page, you will want to create that ad to promote your page, to help increase your followers and to build your community. You want to be human. You want to show that behind the scenes look. You want to take those pictures on your phone like we just talked about. You really want to show the human side of your business and not just be salesy all the time on Facebook. You know, it is okay every once in a while to make that sales post, promote your product, but really you want to create that content that just people can connect with and that they can relate to. And lastly, content is still king. People want that engaging content. They want to come to your page and be informed, and they want to get involved in the conversation. So these are really all of the things that you want to take into consideration while on social media and trying to get the most out of it that you can when promoting your business. And I think I saw in the chat that somebody did have a question when we were done. Any questions that anyone has, I'll be happy to answer right now.
It does look like a couple people. If you want to just go ahead and unmute yourself, Ziomara. I have to learn how
Hi.
to say your first name. Thank you.
That's okay. You can just call me Z. So my question was, since most of Facebook, from kind of my basic understanding of it, is it's tailored to a consumer or one person. If it's company to company, like you said, you worked for like a heating company, where would you suggest I advertise to? Like that email question, I was thinking at first I put a bunch of company emails in, but that's not going to get to the people who need to see the ad to obviously purchase product. So instead of, if it's not tailored to like a specific consumer and more so company to company, how would you suggest I target advertising them on Facebook?
You can, if you have any email addresses of people directly into the company, that would be great. I believe there are also targeting options to target companies that would be similar to that. So when you get into the options there, like I said, there will be, you know, I'm trying to think specifically, but there are options in there when you can target similar companies to what you're going for. Or like I said, if you can get those email addresses of those people that work directly for the company, that you'll want to use too. And that'll be a great way to advertise directly to them.
Okay, and just one quick follow-up question. In when it's based more advertising that way, which social media platform do you think would be best as far as company to company?
I would definitely recommend Facebook. I've done business to business before, and that works well. But also, what did you say your business was? I'm sorry.
It's an installation company.
Okay, so yeah, I would definitely do Facebook, and also I would even try LinkedIn too, because there might be the people that you're looking for. LinkedIn is great for business to business too. You could look for groups on LinkedIn that have to do with that. LinkedIn has all sorts of different groups, and you can go in those groups if you can find one specifically for that. Go in there, introduce yourself, post about your business. Same thing with Facebook. I would look at groups for you, Facebook groups, you know, insulation, go in there, type in insulation, you know. Did you say you're from Buffalo or Rochester? Or
Rochester.
Okay, yeah. Go on Facebook, type in insulation Rochester, see what groups you can find, go in there, introduce yourself, see what people are talking about, then eventually drop some links in there to your page and to your website. Facebook groups are really a good place to get started.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi there. Go ahead.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I actually do a lot of posting on my Facebook. That's where I get most of my business from. But I've been noticing more recently that when I do post, for instance, I sell what I call cake cups. So I'll post on there, I'll share pictures, I'll post flavors, and then usually I'll get quite a good amount of comments and orders and things like that, shares. But recently when I'm sharing the same content, I almost get like nothing, almost like there's a block on that post. Do you know if there's possibilities for things like that to happen? And would that be like a good opportunity to boost that post like you were saying?
I think so. Now, when you say the same content, is it very similar to the other posts that you do, like almost identical to them, or?
Kind of, because it's just me saying like, here's the flavors of the week and, you know, things like that. So.
Yeah, I think that might be a case where another thing with Facebook is if you are kind of posting and they kind of see it as duplicate content or repeat content, it doesn't show as much, like you said. So that would probably be a good opportunity to boost that post, or even maybe try to change up the wording or post a different picture, because yeah, Facebook sometimes it's hard to predict exactly what they're going to do and what they're going to show and what they're not going to show. But I'm glad to hear that when you post, you usually do get responses and comments and shares. That's great. But yeah, I would just maybe try to change up the wording or boost that post, like you mentioned. That would be good too. You know, using those techniques will, you know, help it get out to that wider audience and be seen again. But I've definitely run into instances that you are talking about.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi there. I had a question.
Yes.
What have you noticed that there are better times to post than other times, like more active times that people are on Facebook?
Great question. I would say that sometimes it depends on your audience, but generally, I know people are usually checking their phones in the morning, perhaps when they wake up, or maybe around lunchtime when they're on lunch, or at night. So I usually go for early in the morning, midday, or sometime at night after work when people are at home and relaxing and looking on their phones. That's really what I would recommend. And from there, you can see which of those posts got more engagement for you specifically. Say you try posting that morning, that midday and night, and you see people are checking it more, you're getting more engagement on those posts morning or midday, then you know to focus on that for the future. But I would try maybe those three, maybe give that a few weeks, see what works best, and then go back and kind of figure out what time you're going to post based on those results.
Okay, thank you.
I do have someone.
Go ahead,
There's a
Augustine.
question about Instagram.
Yes.
Señor, ¿puedes preguntar lo que estabas pensando? Me dijiste algo en el chat sobre Instagram. If not, we'll move on to the next question. Is from Kimberly. Kimberly, can you go ahead and ask your question?
Her question is, should I have a business page separate from my regular Facebook for professional reasons?
Yes. So with Facebook, you have to have a personal page in order to create a business page. So it's not just a matter of signing up on Facebook for your business. You have to have a personal page. And then when you sign into your personal page, that's when you'll create a business page. And if there is anyone else that you want to have run that page, you'll grant them access through their personal page. So no matter what, you'll need that personal page to create a business page.
But professionally speaking, they ought to separate the two, Matt.
Well, they will be separate. They'll sign in through
I mean,
their
rather than me like, hey, I just want to sell these socks, I'm going to do them on my own personal page.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? You can do both. Once you have that business page, from your personal page, you can tell your friends, hey, check out my business page. And also you can share the content from your business page to your personal page. So instead of just posting directly on your personal page, go to that business page and share that directly to your personal page. I know a lot of people do that too, and that helps increase the reach of your posts also.
Augustine, do you have another question in the chat there in Espanol?
Marta, ¿tienes una pregunta? ¿Algo que quisiera preguntarle a Matt?
No, que no se escucha la interpretación en español, lo que él dice en inglés.
Oh, lo siento. Durante conversaciones la interpretación es demasiado rápida y no podemos capturar eso en español. ¿Tienes una pregunta, algo que podemos clarificar?
Estoy tratando de escuchar para seguir entendiendo.
Okay. No specific question from Marta.
Okay.
Does anyone have any other questions for Matt while we have him here before we set him free?
I guess I have one more question. It's not really a technical one for personally, but is it okay if anyone around in this group can reach out to you specifically through either LinkedIn or whatever professional means?
Absolutely. I am on LinkedIn, and does have my email address that you can contact me through. So if you ever have any questions on social media marketing, you can feel free to reach out.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're
That's
welcome.
very generous, Matt. Thank you very, very much for for your presentation.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Jalen is, okay, sorry. Matt, so thank you for going over this. I feel like I've had the opportunity to hear some of this before, and it's a good reminder to me of what I need to do better on Facebook and how we can all like kind of take some steps to, you know, make some changes and keep trying different things. It's very helpful information. Yeah, I took a lot of notes. I'm going to keep trying to get better at it. So thank you very much, Matt.
Well, thank you for having me. I always enjoy doing this.
You're awesome. Augustine, do you have any final words?
No, Matt, you did a great job being very even toned throughout the whole time. We would love to have you back one day.
Thank you. Absolutely. Be happy to.
Great.
We've had Matt in person, we've had him online, and now with our bilingual group, which has been really great. I want to thank Daniela while you're here, Matt. Daniela is doing our interpretation simultaneous with you. So thank you so much, Daniela. And Augustine, you did a great job managing the slides and getting everything up there for everyone to see. At this time, it's 7:10. We're going to take a 5 or 6 minute break. So it's 7:11 now. Don't go to the 7-Eleven. It is 7-Eleven. So let's come back at like 7:17. How does that sound? And then we'll do our workshop, and Tanya will help us get through the next part of our workshop. So thanks everyone for your time right now. And Matt, it looks like there's some people in the chat just saying thank you if you want to check out their appreciation there.
Absolutely. Yep, I will do that. Thank you everyone for having me. Like I said, you can reach out through LinkedIn or email if you ever have any questions, and I would be happy to help.
Thanks, Matt.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. It was nice meeting everybody.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Bye.
All right. We'll see everybody back here at 7, I think I said 7:17. Take a stretch.
Hi, everyone. Is everyone back?
Back.
Welcome back. I hope you had a good break. Stretch your legs, got a drink. You'll see up on the screen is an evaluation form, and that's on our Google site where you go to log in for the class. If you could fill that out last week for Barbara, and then again today for Matt, we would really appreciate it. It just helps us know which content to keep continuing for each cohort and what works for you guys and what doesn't. Augustine, do you mind pulling up the business model canvas? Thank you. Now we'll start with the business model canvas, and then once we just take a look at that, then we'll go to the worksheet. Is that good? Okay.
Sounds great.
Awesome, thank you. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about channels. Last week we worked on value proposition. What value do we deliver to the customer? And what problem are we solving? You can see that under value proposition. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about channels. Mapping out your channels will tell you where and how to interact with your customers at every stage. Customer channels describe how you reach your target customer segments. So how do you make potential customers aware of your business or product? Social media is one way. Email, radio advertising. How do you convince customers to buy your product? How will they purchase your product? How the product will be delivered to customers. And then after the sale, how you can continue to support customers and develop a relationship with them. So Augustine, can we pull up the questions? You guys have some paper and a pencil or whatever form you'd like to use. We're going to take a little time and work through these action items. If you want to take a few minutes and start jotting down some ideas, we're going to start with, through which channels do our customer segments want to be reached? Augustine, is that as big as it gets? There you go.
And Tanya, if I could just add, I think sometimes the different channel types is helpful to, it's helpful to think about, like, do you have a sales, are you one-on-one at a retail store? Are you just a website? Are you online? Are you a wholesaler or, you know, a retailer? Do you want to just think about
Yep,
different ways like that?
Yep, I have some ideas for them. Personal, face-to-face, internet, social media, your website, your business Facebook page, your YouTube channel, if you have one, Instagram presence, videos, buy now buttons on your website. Email and mail, snail mail, advertising, newspapers, magazines, TV, Google ads and Facebook ads. We want to start with that top question: through which channels do our customer segments want to be reached? And then how do we raise awareness about us? And then third, how do we help customers evaluate us? Or how do they purchase what we're offering? And then how are we going to get that product or service to our customer? How will we deliver it? And then how do we provide post-purchase support? You guys have any questions before we start working on this for a few minutes?
Well, there's one here from Edna asking if the screen can be enlarged.
Yeah, I think he made it bigger after she asked that question.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, he did. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good.
Augustine,
You can
thank
see
you
it now?
for- Yes, it's fine. Thank you so much.
Great.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
In regards to evaluating, do you mean just overall opportunities in which just customers or people viewing our services or content, especially through social medias, like their opportunity to comment on our posts, or do you mean more specifically like actually like testimonials forms, like maybe on your website there's a after you send the product or service, you're done giving them that, there's an email link to a review, leave a review or something along those lines.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're talking about. Making it easy for people to give you feedback, especially good feedback.
Right. And based off that, what good webs specifically, because a lot of that would be done through website in one way. What websites? It like maybe Squarespace? Does Squarespace have that kind of feature, or maybe something else? What would you?
I'm not familiar with Squarespace. Are you, Anne?
Well, I'm not sure, Juan, if you're thinking like, could you, for example, just use a Google form and put a Google form on your own website so that you can ask for feedback? That might be something, like if you're using.
Or Google reviews like we do for the IBC.
Okay. Google review. Thank you.
At the end of each cohort, we ask people to evaluate our service through Google review, and then we use those on our website.
Okay, so they would happen like after the sale. There would be no option to do that. Like say that actually makes perfect sense. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Available after the product or service is given. The reviews would then come. There's no actual way of doing that immediately just after just viewing the website. That'll be sent separately, like almost privately through email. Okay, I see.
I'm sure there's other options, Juan. It's sort of like when you're at a store and they're saying, in the next 48 hours, go to our website and give us a review or something like that. And
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you often get on, that's a great idea, Matt. If you wanted to give someone a free cup of coffee the next time they came in, if they left you a review. Matt, in the chat.
Honey,
sorry.
When Don builds an installation company, and then when do they pay it? Or builds a company for your services, when do they pay it?
After the job.
Is that common?
So if we go back up to the top, through which channels do our customer segments want to be reached? And this is, how we're going to reach out to our customers. Where will we find them? And where will they find us? Very similar to the next question, how do we raise awareness? Does anybody want to start with question 1 and share?
Sure. Oh no, Matt, go ahead. No, all right. Well, I guess for one, I mean, take into consideration, what is your target market? What is your target market, and where that customer usually lies. So if you're trying to target like a specific age group that uses more so Facebook, then you would use Facebook ads. If you're trying to target maybe a little bit of a younger generation, potentially, you could use stuff like Instagram or TikTok, stuff like that, so on and so forth. There's nothing wrong, honestly, especially if you're going through more professional means for businesses and such. Email campaigns are always really good because they're professional. They're always going to be looking at their emails. Be careful with emails though, because businesses always communicate through email, so you could get lost within that clutter. So, and face to face. I mean, face to face is the oldest way of communicating in time. As time it doesn't go old, and you might as well always keep using it. So that's it.
Great. Thank you for sharing. We have a couple more in the chat. Facebook, Instagram, local radio host, local TV, word of mouth, and website. Those are great, Matt. And Karina has Facebook, Instagram, customer spreading the word. That's a great one. And sharing your website. And then, yes, Jackie, it absolutely does depend on who your target clientele is. And the next over next week, we'll talk about customer discovery, which is normally the way that we would do the business model canvas, but because we had Matt here tonight, we're talking about channels. And then giving your business card, that's a great one. Anita has community newspapers, flyers, and community events. Remind me again, Anita, what your business is? Community farm to table. Yeah, that's great. Did anyone else want to share?
I can go.
Okay, great.
All right, so hi everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm doing the accounting services, and I would like to be active on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, just to get multiple varieties of ages and people, be able to work with every single one of them. I've actually been going to networking events, which is pretty effective, getting to know people, getting an idea on what their business is, and try to offer my services as best as I can. But yeah, that's all I got right now.
That's great.
And
That's a
business
great
card.
start, Melissa.
Thank you.
Great idea too on the networking, by the way.
I was just thinking the same thing, Augustine. Yeah, glad to hear you're networking.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was definitely difficult at first, mainly because I was very shy, but I had to work on that, and it's been going great so far. So thank you.
We have go ahead.
I think we're about to actually say the same thing, so I'm going to interject.
Sure.
Just for a second. I want to show you guys something. Right here on the web page, you'll notice on the resources, we have quite a few key partners who we work to in the Western New York and Finger Lakes region. And you'll notice that at the bottom, we actually have chambers right here. That's the networking. Oh, so depending on the region that you're in, these might be some great boards that you can join. Between me, Tanya, and Anne, we actually sit on each of these boards. That was a side note for networking.
Yeah. The chamber is a great way to get started networking. Yes, the Rochester Chamber of Commerce is great. Chemung County, Matt, I'm not 100% sure, but we can find that out. It is one of the counties we cover, but it's geographically further away, so I don't get there quite as often. But actually, Augustine, I was going to mention that when Andrew comes in a few weeks and we talk about customer discovery and sales, he's really going to hone in on writing down 100 different ways that you can talk about your business. So in your everyday life, you know, like when you're at school or the bakery or the grocery store, or, you know, just it's a pretty creative and fun exercise. And I'm still stuck at like 56. But the goal is 100 eventually. Okay, and then the next question. Yeah, that's a great way, Karina, too, at events. And that kind of brings us to how do we raise awareness about us? Does anybody want to go and share?
I can go. So in my case, it's a little bit different because I have a nonprofit, so I'm not necessarily looking for customers to buy. I'm looking for people who are in need of the service that I provide. So in my case, I would be sharing content on social media in regional groups, especially where people are looking for resources, looking for jobs, ways to link with the community. Various social services offices where I can, you know, place a flyer or talk with the social services staff and ask if they can recommend us to people who are having those specific needs that we meet. We can place signage in other areas, grocery stores, places where people might be shopping where they are actively struggling to afford food, to afford the services that we provide. And then linking with other nonprofits and getting placed with 211, especially because as a nonprofit, it would be an emergency need. So using
Right.
211 when people call in to try to get in touch with resources in the community, if we're on that list, they'd be able to find us there as well.
Another thing, Jacoby, that I think is important to remember for a nonprofit is that while you don't have customers, you are going to need people to give you money.
Right,
and,
right.
Those are your customers, really. The people who are going to donate to you, or the people who are going to come to your fundraising events. And go ahead.
I completely agree. I have a sort of a two-part plan. So I would be selling in addition to the nonprofit, and I'd also be seeking grants, which would be primarily the funding that I'd be going with. So it's a kind of a it's a different sort of plan. It's branched, so it's a little bit different. I wouldn't necessarily be seeking investors or networking for that purpose as much. Of course, it's still necessary, but I have some ideas for bringing in consistent income.
Good, good, that's great. Thank you for the reminder, Augustine.
And Danny, I'll step in, take a break. Yo voy a introducir, incluyendo a todos ya de una vez. I'm going to get involved so that way we can include everyone all at once.
Okay. And then the third question, how do we help customers evaluate us? We talked about that a little bit, and how do they purchase what we're offering?
Y ahora la siguiente pregunta es, ¿cómo podemos ayudar al consumidor a evaluarlos? Hablamos un poquito sobre ese tema. Y a la misma vez, ¿cómo es que ellos pueden comprar lo que estamos ofreciendo?
Does anybody want to share?
¿Alguien quiere compartir? Eso incluye los que hablan español también.
Can I share? And if you don't mind, I would like to share in Spanish, so that for those who may have having a harder time understanding.
Gracias.
¿Cómo no? Pues una forma que yo tal vez yo le daría más opciones a los que quieren comprar mi servicio o
The way
producto.
that I would give more options for those who want to buy my services.
Yo iría, posiblemente hay servicios que el banco, que tú puedes abrir una cuenta con ellos. Hay servicios que ellos dan para que tú puedas tener como ¿cómo se dice? Algo, ay Dios mío, ¿cómo se dice? Básicamente tú puedes coger tu teléfono, ponerle una máquina que tú le puedes escanear en la carta ahí mismo con tu teléfono. No tienes que comprar una caja registradora ni nada de eso. Es algo mucho más efectivo y mucho más simple cuando es algo que si tú tienes un food truck o si tú tienes algo ahí que es más a lo rápido, que no tienes que esperar, no tienes que complicar las cosas. Y es un poquito más seguro que solamente usar Cash App, Venmo, todo eso, que es un poquito menos profesional. No se ve tan profesional.
You're talking about merchant services.
Algo, sí.
So Juan was explaining that there's a service that you can buy in the bank, right? That allows you to be able to collect sales, right? Point of sales right on your phone. And it allows for the customer to be able to quickly pay for the product right on the spot. This is ideal for those who are mobile, may have something like a food truck, for example.
Exactamente.
Unmuted. Is that similar to Zelle, Cash App?
Yes, but the reason you can totally still use that, but if you want to give a more of a secure and potentially professional outlook, it's something to consider.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Hay muchas diferentes formas de cómo colectar el dinero y hablaron de diferentes cosas, como por ejemplo Jacoby habla de Square, otro habló de Zelle, pero también los bancos ofrecen formas seguras de cómo colectar el dinero. Tanya habló de Cash App.
Anybody else? PayPal's great.
Yeah, Karina says PayPal.
PayPal's great. And Jacoby added Square. I think you said that.
Yeah. Jakey dice Venmo.
See,
I use Venmo every day.
I don't know if anyone here is familiar with QuickBooks. It's
Llega
really,
y entiende la plataforma de QuickBooks.
it's a very good software to use not only for sending invoices to potential clients through email, so you don't have to meet them in person. You can also send them through email. But it directly connects to your account, and it's a good way of tracking income and expenses. It's a much more streamlined way of doing it. It keeps your records organized.
Esta plataforma de contabilidad tiene accesos de cómo poder colectar dinero de tus clientes, porque ya está conectado directamente a tu cuenta bancaria. Tú puedes mandar
Yo tampoco sé cómo decirlo.
una factura electrónicamente por tu correo electrónico donde está conectada directamente a tu cuenta bancaria. Pero esto es una plataforma de contabilidad. And just, Juan, just so you know, we will be talking about platforms like QuickBooks and other accounting softwares in a few weeks. Y para que todos sepan, vamos a hablar sobre este tipo de plataformas de contabilidad en unas cuantas semanas, porque son bien nítidas para tu negocio.
Took the words out of my mouth. All right, we're getting down to the end. How will we deliver our product? How are our customers going to get our product? At some locations, people are gonna just walk in, but you know, if that's not the only option, pickup and shipping are great.
La segunda última pregunta es, ¿cómo vamos a entregar? Si no tienes una tienda física donde los clientes pueden entrar, pues entonces, ¿cómo se va a poder mandar el producto? Y Karina dice, por ejemplo, bueno, se puede recoger, se puede mandar por correo. ¿Otras ideas?
These are all great in the chat. Mobile delivery, local delivery option.
Edna, do you mean something like Grubhub or DoorDash?
Similar, depending on the location, I don't mind transporting, or I mean, just going to drop something off.
Okay.
We had a woman in our class a couple years ago who she did a lot of local work, and she did do that, and she did a lot of delivery, and yep, it worked for her.
Hubo una cliente hace unos años, varios años anterior, donde ella era local y se le hacía fácilmente poder directamente ir al cliente y traer su producto a ellos. Así comenzó su negocio.
Yeah, a delivery fee is always attached.
Y por esa razón siempre tienes que tener una factura atada a lo que vayas a traer tú mismo para cubrir los gastos.
Thank you, Edna, for sure.
Absolutely.
There's a local coffee roaster, and they have delivered coffee here for 2 years because it's so easy and I don't have to remember to buy coffee, and I don't mind paying them the $5 because they hang it right on my doorknob.
Hay una cafetería local donde vive Tania que por 2 años le han traído a su puerta el producto y a ellos no les importa pagar los $5 extra porque ellos ya lo ponen ahí mismo en su propia puerta.
Pirate ship. And then very important, how do we provide post-purchase support?
Y bien importante, cómo brindamos soporte posterior a la compra, es decir, después de la compra.
Providing the customer access to assistance after the purchase is important. They might have questions, they might want to make a return or an exchange.
Estoy probando servicios después de la compra, tal vez tengan preguntas para clarificar, tal vez tengan que traer el producto para atrás, tal vez necesitan un poquito más de ayuda en cómo usarlo.
They might have a delay in shipping.
Que hay problemas que el producto no está llegando en tiempo.
You want to make sure that your after-sale customer service amazes people. So when someone asks about you, they only have good things to say, and you have a loyal customer.
Preocúpate que siempre que cuando ya el producto se haya mandado, que siempre tengas buen servicio después de la compra, porque eso es algo que se van a recordar y es algo que va a añadir valor a tu producto. I like that, Xiomara. Having like a 90-day check-in.
Very
Xiomara
nice.
ofrece 90 días de reviso después de su servicio.
I like that too. We should do that. 90-day check-in.
I think we do, actually.
We do.
We try to warn you ahead of time. We will be calling you to check on you.
Y ya explican que nosotros mismos aquí en Ibero te vamos a chequear después de 90 días.
Yeah, when you're done, you can't get rid of us.
Después de terminar, no van a salirse de nosotros.
Any questions at all about this evening or what we just discussed? How to fill
Preguntas
out
sobre
your
la tarde, lo que
surveys?
hemos conocido.
Hablando más un poquito de purchase support.
Talking more about the subject of purchase support.
Sure.
Eso puede ser parte de, y si, no sé si esta parte es una buena pregunta para esto, pero y si hay un contrato para dar ese tipo de servicio o ese soporte, pero una forma más more formal way of going about it. I don't know if it's more so on the lines of reviews or just checking that the product works. But would that count under that question? I don't know if that really does.
I'm a little confused about your question.
You know what? Don't even worry about it. It was more of a thought that came to mind. I'm gonna let it pass. It's all good.
Era una idea que entró en su mente, pero lo voy a dejar pasar. I noticed in the chat, Anita asked a question about surveys.
Yes.
Anita habló sobre encuestas. Tiene una pregunta sobre ese tema. Anita, what is your question?
I think it's the survey. I think it's the survey for our speakers, the last two.
Well,
Yes, she said yes.
I think I paid Anita to help us transition. So I'll close, Tanya.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
Ya que tenemos 4 minutos para cerrar, now that we have 4 minutes to close, I want to go back to the website. Quiero regresar a la página de web. Anita preguntó, Anita asked about the evaluations, las evaluaciones. Si ven aquí en la página de web, arriba donde dice schedule, calendario, here on the top where it says schedule, and evaluations, evaluaciones, you're going to see that they're a very quick survey. Va a ver que hay una encuesta bien corta. The survey asks about the name of the teacher that you want to talk about. La primera pregunta es sobre el maestro que quisieran hablar. So, for example, if you want to evaluate Barbara from last week. You'll type in her name, Barbara. Si quieren hablar sobre Bárbara de la semana pasada, ponen su nombre, Bárbara. And then all you say is from 1 to 5, how would you rate her? 1 being poor, 3 being somewhere in the middle, 5 being the best. Pueden evaluarla diciendo 1 siendo un poquito pobre, 3 en el medio, 5 lo mejor. And then you can leave a comment. Pueden dejar un comentario. This is very helpful to being ayudante because you'll let us know who we should ask to come in next time. Porque nos ayudarías a dejar saber quién debería ser el mejor maestro para la siguiente vez cuando tengamos esto otra vez. I also want to reinforce, también quiero dejar saber que under schedule, que aquí mismo donde en el calendario, you're going to see who the next speaker is going to be. And you will always have the slides. Así que en el calendario van a ver quién va a ser el siguiente que va a hablar y siempre va a estar los slides de ellos aquí. So this Thursday, for example, este jueves, por ejemplo, vamos a tener alguien más también hablando sobre branding. We're going to have someone that's going to be talking about branding, and her slides are already here. Y sus slides ya están ahí. And if for whatever reason you want to hear the conversation again, or you missed it, o si por si acaso perdiste el tiempo o quisieras escucharlo una vez más, you're going to notice right here under schedule, training recording. Pueden venir aquí donde dice calendario y training recording o grabaciones de cursos. We are uploading all the recordings right here. Estamos poniendo todas las grabaciones aquí mismo. With all that said, thank you so much, guys. Have a good night. Con todo eso, tengan buenas noches. Muchísimas gracias. And we'll see everyone next week on this week, Thursday at 5:45. Lo veremos todo este jueves a las 5:45.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you all.
Good night, buen día, mi gente.
Tanya.